Welcome back, folks. Now to better tech tips, and we're talking about another huge data breach.
Here with us now, Stan Prager from GoGeeks, specifically the largest data breach ever exposed with personal data
I don't think there is personal data anymore.
Apparently
it's
not.
all public.
Yeah, that's
Apparently, this particular data breach would lead me to believe that there is no such thing any longer as personal privacy.
I think you're right.
So this is a little-known company, Exactus. I've certainly never heard of them before.
No.
They build themselves as a marketing and data aggregation company, whatever that works out to be. It's a euphemism for something. But anyway, they collect all of this data for marketing profiles and what have you, and they managed to expose 2 terabytes of this data on a public server. And in that was 230 million Americans' social preferences and what have you. And when you consider there's only 244 million Americans, adults, this is almost every single person alive at this point has been exposed in this. Yes. Now, the good news is there's no social security numbers or credit card numbers. That's not really that good news, though, because there is telephone numbers and email addresses.
They're already spamming us anyways, right?
Well, I mean, if you have 2-step authentication set up, for instance, with your phone, they can ghost your number. I mean, so that's only just a small part of it. There's a worse part to this, though, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
There's even worse. They have a tremendous amount of behavioral information. So they've socially profiled people. Do you have a dog or a cat? What's your religion? Do you exercise? What kinds of things do you like to do?
This sounds like all the things that like Facebook collects on us. And there was that big controversy during the election, how the information was being used to sway votes.
Exactly. So this is what we call social engineering information, which can be used to shape fake news, for instance, to send you ads, to influence your political opinions. It can also be used in a more traditional way by spammers, by scams, and primarily by people who want to perform identity theft. So even though we don't have, social security numbers and credit cards, a lot of that information, the Equifax one, for instance.
The courts already have that stuff.
So we can match some of this stuff up, but this is particularly malevolent because what you have is you have a profile of a person. So we could know what kind of products that you like to shop for, the fact that you like to exercise, the fact that you are interested in certain things. This shapes who you are, right? So then this information can be used by somebody to particularly take advantage of you, perhaps steal your identity, scam you. We've talked about phishing in the past, so now they have these emails, right? Spear phishing we've talked about, which is where they target you specifically, and they use information they know about you to get you to believe that this email is real. So
and if you click on it and then you give away even more info.
Exactly.
What I find particularly upsetting is it's one thing if you cause yourself to be hacked.
Yes.
Granted, no one ever wants to give up their personal information, but it's something you did. You clicked on a link. You went to a website. But this is something we have absolutely no control over. And as you said, we've never even heard of this company. It's collecting data on us. Is there anything a consumer can do?
Well, I mean, the only thing I would warn some people to do is, I'm not sure if there's anything you can do to prevent it.
Right.
Honestly, I don't think there is. It is really disturbing. But I think as in other data breaches, you should, certainly be very suspicious of any kind of activity that doesn't look right around your social networking, around your credit card, around anything else. If you think anything could possibly be wrong, change your passwords. Get your computer checked out to make sure it's not been hijacked. Things like that, just to stay safe.
Great advice.